Hey guys, Spiderbot here, and I'm finally done with the SMGs. I've moved on now to the assault rifles, the first of which I'm just going from top to bottom on the list. The M4A1. This gameplay in particular right here, this is not the game that I get the specialist in. It's the game that follows this. It's all going to be part of the same video, but I want to talk about a couple things. And quite honestly, the part where I get the specialist isn't that long, and it's not going to give me enough time because you know how I like to ramble on and go on and on and on and on about things, right? So that's what I'm going to do here. So I've been talking a little bit over the past few days in a few different videos about this whole issue between SitRep and Dead Silence. So I'm not going to talk about that, but I will say I do have an epic video where I'm going to sort of demonstrate that. It's going to be a brief video where I'm going to demonstrate that one more time and just have maybe one last discussion about it. What I wanted to discuss, though, and, you know, I don't complain about a lot of things with regards to how the game is set up, like as far as, you know, the weapons, attachments, the perks, the equipment, that sort of thing. I mean, I'll complain about you know, people camping, and I'll complain about stuff that the developers do, and people trick-shotting and sort of ruining the games that we play because of the things that they're doing. But I don't really complain about, oh, I don't like this perk and versus this perk. But one thing I wanted to throw out here, and it's just something, a request that, you know, maybe something can be changed. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I can get your feedback on this and how it could be changed. But the perk that's and it's not because of the perk. It's basically because of the equipment and everything else that sort of forces you to use the perk. And I'm talking about Assassin. So Assassin being in perk 2 along with in perk 2 slot, along with Quick Draw Pro, Quick Draw, sorry, Blast Shield, Hardline, and Overkill. The thing that I find in a lot of cases, and it could be even just one person, and I'm just going to use an example from Search and Destroy for a reason why you're almost forced to use Assassin in a lot of these games. The reason why I'm not on these games where I'm trying to get Specialists is because I'm using Hardline. A lot of times I will have Assassin set up as my first perk. Sometimes not. It depends. But I do oftentimes find, you know, that I run into guys. Portable radar. Portable radar is the biggest thing. I mean, portable radar, if somebody on the enemy team has portable radar, he throws it down, everybody can see the blips on that radar. And the only way you don't stand out on that radar when you're moving within the vicinity of it is if you have Assassin. So, essentially, if any one single person on the opposite team in Search, for instance, has portable radar, you're almost forced to use Assassin. You're forced by one person on the other team to use Assassin so that you can become undetectable by the portable radar. And that doesn't even, you know, I haven't even touched upon heartbeat or baby monitors, heartbeat sensors, which I've actually seen. You know, I didn't see it a whole lot. I've seen it more now, just recently, more people playing with heartbeat sensors than I have in the past. But you know, that's another thing. That one there is not, you know, not as near as bad as the portable radar, though. I mean, it only impacts the one person. It only impacts when, you know, they're in a general vicinity and they're facing you, basically. They can detect you in their heartbeat sensor. Whereas, you know, again, with the portable radar, everybody on the enemy team can see you if you go within that vicinity. The other thing is UAV, and I generally keep, or I usually do, is keep a regular search class where I'm using Quick Draw instead of Assassin, but then I have an Assassin, basically an identical class where I have Assassin set up. So, you know, normally I would run just a regular class in Search, and if I saw that somebody else, you know, somebody on the enemy team got 3 kills, and perhaps they'd have a UAV, then I'd switch to the Assassin class, or I'd switch, you know, if it was the beginning of the round. And usually people these days, man, they just call in the UAV whenever, like right at the beginning of the round. So it's very, very, very easy to just switch classes. You don't even have to worry about it or keep track of it because people call them in. I don't hardly ever see people waiting for the first 15 seconds of a round to wait to call in the UAV. but that's partially to do with the map size as well. So that game was done. I mean, it was a decent game. I died probably more than I wanted to, but it was really I'm trying to get used to running around with an assault rifle, and I hate it. I hate it. I love the mobility of the SMG. So it's taking a little bit of adjustment. And here comes the specialist part where it's on village actually. So where the hell was I? I gotta go listen to where I was. Hold on. Right, so I was just at the spot where people usually call in their UAVs right at the start of the round, so then you just switch. But it also allows, if I do see or do hear that people are using the portable radars or a heartbeat sensor, I don't really care about thermal, whatever. It's not really a big deal to me. Then I'd switch to that class. But again, it's just one of those things, and it's probably the only thing in the game where one person in the opposite team can really, really push you to, or almost force you to have to use one of their perks. So the rest of the perks in that slot basically become underused. So if I were to complain about anything, that's probably the only thing I'd complain about. I generally don't complain about overpowered weapons. I don't complain about overpowered perks necessarily, unless it becomes a real problem. But I don't really see it as, a lot of these things as a real problem. Like, I tend to be able to adjust my game a fair bit, and if that means I can't rush as fast as I want, or rush into the enemy spawn as much as I'd like, then so be it. I adjust my game. That's what I do. And that's what I've been trying to do again with even with using these assault rifles. I've been trying to adjust my game. So I've been trying I've been trying to get away with not using assassin by using hardline. But there have been games where I don't actually have the M4A1 set up on my other classes. I just have it set up on one. I still have the MP7 set up on my assassin class. So if I am doing pretty poorly in a game, then I would switch to that the assassin class, especially if they got UAVs and stuff going on. So here I am. I'm just going to cover this last part of the video. I'm sort of done with the thing about assassin. I just, again, it's not a real complaint. It's just I really don't like it when the vast majority of players are almost forced to use a particular perk all the time just because of, possibly one person in the enemy team. So here I am. I'm by myself now, and I'm freaking... Actually, I'm not by myself, but I will be in a second here. So there goes one teammate. I got one teammate left. Oh, no, I'm not last alive. Sorry, I thought that was a green arrow on the map. So I'm the last alive, and I'm trying to sound whore these guys. Yes, I'm sound whoring. I don't have SitRep Pro, so if they've got dead sounds, I'm out of luck, but that's okay. And I'm just going to try and stay alive. I mean, there are 4 guys left. 3 now. And I think I'm 1 or 2. I haven't been keeping track, so I think I'm 1 away. I hear this guy coming around the side. Yeah, there he is. There's a specialist. All right. Good stuff, man. We got 2 left. There's 1. Okay, and I'm not out of ammo. Now, I make a big mistake here. See, I get the scavenger, and I go to reload. I had plenty of ammo. I mean, I know I wasn't full. My magazine wasn't full in the gun, but there's no reason to have to reload there, and I kind of fail. At least I got 1 kill after getting specialist. But that's the start of the assault rifles. I will have more for you soon, and that's my rant on assassin. I'm out.